Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to GGKCS, the multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece.
I'm Dammy.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 6th of August, 2020, and this is episode 407. We'd like to... My yarn was getting caught over here. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all of our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. We wanted to remind y'all that we have moved the podcast / FlossTube group off of Ravelry because that continues to be an issue with them and their stuff. I'm not going to rant or cry today. Well, I will try not to rant or cry today, but not about that. So our new Facebook group, there's a link in the show notes, but the link is
facebook.com/groups/GGKCS.
Now, when you click the join this group button,
it should pop up
a thing. There are 3 things you have to do. First, answer the question, what is our cat's name? Pink. If you want to be specific, it's Pink Pearl, P-U-R-L, Almond, A-L-M-O-N, but you don't have to be that specific. Pink. Second question, who is the mama, Cece or Dammy? Cece, that's me. Third question, you have to read the rules. They're not long. Just read the rules and check mark that you agree to the rules.
Which is at the bottom of the rules.
Yes, before you hit submit. Because if you don't do that, we're not going to approve you. Unless there's been some kind of circumstance, like there was a friend of mine who was joining and the internet went out like as she was trying to answer the questions, and then it wouldn't pop back up for her.
There is a way to get back to the questions. If you go to the group that you've requested to join, there should be a button, at least in the app, I think, to answer membership questions.
Yes. And if you don't answer within 24 hours, we're going to decline your membership. You can always redo it. The reason we're asking you to do this is to try to avoid getting spammers in the group. We want to make sure, we want the community, we don't have to deal with, I almost said a bad word. We're a family-friendly podcast. I'm not going to say a bad word. We don't want to deal with that stuff. So that's why we're asking you to do that. So all of our seasonal alongs are now in that group. All of our RAL stuff is in that group. Ask the Geeks questions is in that group. Everything is in that group. So, if you need help, let us know. We are happy to help. I know, for example, we had someone this week who is older and not as familiar with technology and needed help figuring out how to post something for one of the alongs. And so I just recorded a couple-minute video and just kind of walked her through it, just holding my camera and showing her on my computer screen how to do it. So if this is something you're not familiar with or you need help with, let us know. We are happy to help. We realize that Facebook is not the perfect solution. We know that not everyone is on Facebook, but at this point, this is the best option that we know of. So if you are not on Facebook, that doesn't mean you still can't be a part of the podcast community. You can follow the podcast. You can subscribe to the podcast in your podcast app on your phone or tablet. I know I'm pretty sure most major ones come with a podcast app, or like, for example, I use a podcast app called Downcast. It was like a one-time pay-for thing, but that's what I use to watch and listen to podcasts that are on like Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts. I need to check on Google Podcasts because I don't know if the process finished.
This is getting long.
I realize that. Or on YouTube. Subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can comment in the comments there. Okay, I think I'm done now. Did I forget anything? Okay. Well, we have some stuff to talk about, including Dammy's over here knitting. What has happened? So let's get started.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
Dammy, what is on your needles?
Sock.
Oh,
So I recently discovered that one of my coworkers is pregnant, and she's due this month. And so I'm making her baby, socks and a hat. So what I'm doing is the baby chino pattern by me. I did that. And I'm using the wrong size needles because I picked the wrong ones out of the bag. But I don't care.
they're only 1/4 of a millimeter difference, so it's fine.
They're US 4s, 3.5 millimeter needles. I'm using Brene Softy Baby in the Prince Pebbles colorway.
That you stole from me.
I bought it.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Okay. You saying that the patterns from you reminded me that we are still in the process of moving stuff over to Etsy and PayHip. If you go to our design website,
JavaPearlDesigns.com.
you can see that I'm in the midst of it. It's going to take some time, and I have a whole nother project that I've recently taken on as well that I'm having to manage time, which means I'm not getting as much crafting in, but that also means it's taking me longer to move stuff over. All of our free patterns are now available via our website, though.
Yes.
So the top-down preemie hat, the CC's vanilla cappuccino socks, the
Cane pattern.
my cane doesn't want to be naked anymore pattern, and the stripy sleeves of warmth pattern those are all available via our website now, and all of our physical books are available via Etsy and Amazon and bookshop.org. All of our 3 physical books, their ebook format is available via Etsy and PayHip now, and I've started adding single patterns, but it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take me some time. So thank you for your patience while I am getting that done. But you saying that it's your pattern, it reminded me that I wanted to say that. So
Yeah.
so those are gonna knit up pretty fast, though. They are a pretty fast knit. So very cool. I'm glad to see you knitting again. Yay. Okay, let me show you what I am working on in my freshly laundered, because Cece was klutzy yesterday and spilled a drink all through my craft cart. And so Dammy heard me yell a curse word and ran in, and we pulled everything out of the craft cart and cleaned it up, but like a bunch of my project bags had to go into the laundry. So, but here is my Nerdbird Makery project bag, and I am doing a pair of French vanilla cappuccino socks for my pattern. Socks for my friend Rebecca on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn is Pandia's Jewels hand-dyed yarn, super sparkle in the electric pink colorway. So I had shown y'all I had finished sock number 1, and sock number 2, I'm about 10 rows from being ready to do the heel. This was a sock blank that I wound so that I could do from both ends. And then when I finish Rebecca's, I will do a pair of tube socks for her daughter, Lou. And the Progress Keeper here is from Tilting Planet. It's got little pink stars in it. And then the other thing that I'm working on that I can't show you, but I will tell you about it, is in my project bag from Lizzie's Bags. And I'm using another stitch marker, Progress Keeper, just like the one I showed you, except for it's got rainbow colored stars in it. And I am designing the I'll have 2 coffees and 2 cherry danishes to go please cowl. That's a Gilmore Girls reference. On US 2.75 mil needles, and the yarn is Pandia's Jewels Floofy in the Miss Woodhouse Please Advise colorway. So, I am making good progress. I will show Dammy down here.
Nice.
Most days I'm getting in 3 repeats of the pattern. So, that is what I am working on. And that is all. Oh, somebody's going to grace us with their presence, potentially?
No.
No.
Pedo.
Gonna sit on my pedo because I am the princess. So many people loved Pinky's picture that I posted yesterday to make everybody smile of her floofy belly. Okay. I think that is everything for this segment, so let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about her finished project.
So here's my weekly preemie hat. This is number 31 for the year, and again, it's from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on our website. I did it on US 6's 4mm needles, and the yarn is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes worsted, and the creme brulee. Peapod is the green, and I used it all up completely, and tranquil. And I think I used up all the creme brulee too. I didn't use up all the tranquil, I don't think. I think that's right. I can't remember. So, here was this week's preemie hat. I don't think I've ever done one before where I did 2 colors in the stripe. But I knew that I didn't have enough Peapod to do a full stripe, so there we go. That's all I finished this week. Maybe I'll have socks finished next week. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. What you working on, Dammy?
So I'm still working on this rose bookmark. I don't think I got much done from last week. But, yeah, the flowers are going to be all shades of red. And I'm using this project bag. I'm actually using it now because I put all this stuff away to knit from Fat Cat Creates. And this snippety from Caddy Cross Stitches. And, oh, the needle minder from So Happy Mail Bristol.
Yes. This was a freebie pattern that came in a calendar, tried to get me to buy a calendar or something mailer. So, okay, let me show you what I'm working on. So since I finished the Pushing Kitty last week, I had to start a new project for my Stitch With Me, which if you watched on Monday, I totally screwed it up. I couldn't count. I ripped it out. I fixed it. It's okay. So it is in a project bag by Tilting Planet. It's got glitter and stuff in it. Anyway, it's fun. So I am working on Baba Black Sheep by the Prairie Schooler. This is one of those like business card size ones. I blew it up because my eyes couldn't see. So, and I changed the colors because I'll show you why. And this pattern is like a cross-stitch friendship thing that makes me very happy because the pattern was gifted to me by Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and the fabric was gifted to me by Erin 2 Martini Stitcher. It's an 18 count Aida that she dyed pink. That's closer to the color. So obviously I'm not using the called for colors because they didn't really go with the pink. So I am using these 3. So it's Classic Colorworks, Black Coffee, DMC 780, and DMC 02. So, I started on the bag of wool. I don't know where this needle minder is from. So, I started on it. As you can see, the letter L goes in there. So, this is something that I only work on during Stitch With Me's on Mondays. So, it'll take me a little while to get it done, but it's a fun one. I need something for I know some people for Stitch With Me's can, oh wait, I should have showed you the back. That's easier to see the glitter. I know some people can work on intricate stuff, but I cannot. So, okay, next up in my project bag from the 805 Stitcher, I'm also using a Snippety by Caddy Cross Stitches. I'm not going to pull it out, but I am using that. Here is my my Christmas list by Silver Creek Samplers. You guys, I have one section to go. One section to go. This week I did a gift for all on. A gift for all on. And I did the star and the heart and these little stars. And I think I did this star. I think I had done these ones previously. But I did all these other ones. So now all that is left is Christmas Morn and the baby in the manger. And we picked out a different color for the baby's skin tone. And so I won't work on this week, but next week when I work on it, it will be a finish. And I'm so excited. So excited. Okay, in my Outlander to Better to Sleep bag by Stitch Toolbox. I am working on the Cats and Mandalas February pattern by Kitty and Me Designs Pamela Kellogg for Dammy's 21st birthday. I did not get a lot of work on this. The fabric for my Christmas list is a 28 count even weave. This is a 28 count Lugana from Be Stitch Me colorways Artemis. And the needle minder is from Gecko Rouge.
Kitty.
So there we go. All I did was get these little bits of the green leaves in this week because I only was able to work on it just yesterday. My struggle with this one is not that it's difficult. It's that it's like figuring out how to stitch on it and not have to cut your floss and weave in the end and then start the floss in a new place.
Be a rebel and carry it.
So I am carrying on the back here. So, but still, like, I was trying to figure out last night and my brain was like, I can't figure out what I'm doing. But I will be working on this project this week. So that will be fun. And then finally, in my Winnie the Pooh project bag from Knit Run Dig, I am working on Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. They've changed their name. And I'm using the Pattern Keeper software on the Kindle Fire 7. My needle minders are from Top Knot Stitcher. My grime guard is from Crevice Shack Stitchery. And I'm also using a Snippety from Caddy Cross Stitches. So, here's the pattern. When I showed you last week, I had done 20,600 stitches. And as I told you last week, I was like, I'm going to probably go down to just doing 100 stitches a day for a little while because I just need to. So that's what I did. So I got 700 stitches this week. So now I'm at 21,400 stitches. No, I got 800 stitches in.
Did you double one day?
I think one day I did 200. That's what it was. Okay. So I'm at 21,400 stitches out of 265,824. I am now at 8.050% complete.
When you get to the first 10%, we should have a 10% cake.
Well, we're going to have cake at the end of the month for our podiversary.
We should have another cake.
Oh, okay. And I finished the 4th of 60 pages this week. When I finished this column right here, that was at the end of the 4th page. So, continuing to work. Sky forever. Sky. Lots and lots and lots of sky. Where am I at, Dammy?
I don't know. I can't really tell.
So that's that part. So, probably right around in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, eventually I will get to the castle.
Which is then where you'll really start to lose it.
There is a lot of confetti in the castle. So, there's that. And that is everything that I am working on. I'm still, like I told you last week, I'm taking a break from Semi-Sane Stitchers for right now, which is a challenge group on Facebook. Okay, I do have something cross-stitch related in the next segment, so stick around. And we'll be, I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Dammy?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. I ordered some stickers from Craft Penguin Planner. I ordered them on Etsy, but she also has her own website, Jennifer. And she sent me this free July sampler of like fruits. Super cute. And these are the ones I ordered. I ordered a couple sheets of them. They're meditation. It's not being clear, but because I started to meditate again. And I like putting, like in my planner, I put a sticker every day when I reach my step goal and when I do my journaling for the day and now when I meditate. So I actually have also ordered some journaling ones because right now I'm using just random ones that I have, but yeah. And then I won a pattern from the Stitching with the Housewives FlossTube. I won from Madame Chantilly. I won Summer Delivery. Look at those sheep.
Why
And the
are they
sunflowers.
standing on top of each other?
There's another picture. So cute.
Why are they standing on top of each other?
I think I'm going to make the girl have pink hair.
Okay. Why are they standing on top of each other?
I don't know. And I might change the red flowers to pink.
Well, then they won't be poppies.
Oh.
They'll be pinkies.
Pansies.
Pinkies.
Pinkies. So, thank you so much. I don't think they watch, but thank you, Priscilla and Chelsea, for the pattern. It's all DMC floss. That's awesome. It's a... Yeah.
What's that red bit?
It's their stamp to show that it's an actual legit pattern and not somebody making a copy and selling it. Do you have any yummies for this week? Oh, do you want to talk about what you got yesterday?
Oh, I got a bike. Got a bike for inexpensive because it needs some cleaning. So I've tried to learn how to ride a bike before, and I thought a better motivator would be to get one myself and then try to do it. Yes.
Because it would be nice to have it on campus.
Yes.
So we went and picked it up yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah. So fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's talk about hashtag GGKCraftyPad. What is it, Dammy?
It's our monthly photo challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month. So you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like. But we pick our favorites from Instagram.
And our theme for August is mostly normal stuff, but also celebration because August is our podiversary. 8 years at the end of the month that we have been doing this. Somebody was telling me the other day that they have gone back to the beginning and are rewatching.
Oh, goody.
Those first...
You don't need to.
Those beginning episodes were rough. Sometimes it's still rough. Because you just never know what's going to happen on camera. Life's rough. So, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked, and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Great job, everybody. It's never too late to join in. You take a look at the prompt list. So the prompt for today is...
I don't remember. New, maybe, but I think yesterday was pink.
No, today's prepare.
Oh.
Prepare. Yes, and I mean, I both posted a picture of pink, as you saw, for pink pearl. Pink pearl for pink.
Give your cats Chipotle lid hats.
That's what.
Protect them from the aliens.
So you look at the prompts for the day, you interpret it however you wish. We're very cheater friendly on that. Take your photo, post it on Instagram. Make sure in the caption you use hashtag GGKCraftyPad because that's how we find your photo. If you have a private account on Instagram and you're participating in GGKCraftyPad, make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you because otherwise we can't see your photos. Send them a message and they'll follow you. And then yours might get chosen. I have not... Instagram has decided to block me from being able to post photos, being able to like photos, and being able to comment on other people's photos as well as on comments that are made on my photos. So hopefully it's a short block. I had a message from somebody earlier that they have had this happen to them recently. I don't know what happened. I haven't done anything out of the norm.
Maybe you liked all of the comments on Pink's photo at the same time and that was too quick.
Oh, maybe. Potentially.
How dare you?
I know. So, I will post the photos as soon as they unblock me. Because we do feature the photos that we choose on the podcast, obviously, in the show notes and on Instagram, Twitter, and our Facebook page. So, I will get them posted as soon as they unblock me. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's everything for this segment. Let's move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
What are you reading, Dammy?
I'm still trying to read So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Oluo, but my brain is full of science that has no practical application toward my degree, and I don't need to know how to identify diatoms in order to get a job later after I graduate. I'm really frustrated with science summer classes, even though I only have 2 weeks and 2 days left.
Not even,
yes.
Not even that, because you only have today and tomorrow, and then a full week, and then 2 days.
No, this is week 6.
Oh.
So we've got week 7, week 8, and then Monday and Tuesday of the last week of August.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really trying. I am really trying. My brain just hurts.
I know.
And I'm also reading The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo, and is easier to digest because it's only 1 page a week.
I know with school you're definitely getting 15 minutes of reading in a day.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
The July, August, September read-along.
Wow. So this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. In the Facebook group, there is a finish line thread where you post once, and then when you go back to your post, your comment, if you go over to the right side of your comment, there will be 3 dots. Click on that and click edit, and you can edit. If you're needing to make a new line and discovering that if you hit enter, it just posts a comment again, you have to hit shift enter to get a new line. If you need any help with that, let us know. We're happy to help. And then you earn, by participating in the seasonal longs, you earn entries into our year-long challenge beginning of 2021, which hopefully will be a better year than 2020. We will draw for 3 grand prize winners. We have not made the bundles yet, but we will do that later in the year. And, because you'll be home for all of December, since school gets out at Thanksgiving because of the, thing. Currently, Dammy is going back to school on campus. But we all know that from one day to the next, we don't know what's going on with this pandemic. So, at this moment, Dammy's going to be on campus doing hybrid classes where some of it's online, some of it's in person. But because of theater stuff, need to be on campus. how did I get to? Oh, December. We'll pull the bundles together. There's also ways to earn bonus entries. All the details are in the show notes and in the Facebook group. Okay, what I'm reading. I finished reading Pure: Inside the Evangelical Movement That Shamed a Generation of Young Women and How I Broke Free by Linda K. Klein. Loved it. It was hard to read, and very triggering in a lot of ways for me. But I'm glad that I read it, and it was so nice to know that I'm not alone in the feelings that and the way that I was treated growing up, because of the purity culture. So, highly recommended, especially if you grew up in that. So I just started last night. Worth It, Overcome Your Fears and Embrace the Life You Were Made For by Britt Barron. And this is kind of part memoir, part, I guess, kind of like self-help-ish. But Britt's story is about growing up in evangelical mega church that was not affirming of LGBTQIA+, and then her coming to the realization that she is gay and married a woman, and it's her story. So I've only just read the introduction because I just picked it up from the library yesterday. So I'm continuing to reread book 5 in the Harry Potter series, The Order of the Phoenix, along with the Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. This week was Hagrid's Tale, of Hagrid coming back to Hogwarts, and all of that. The Swish and Flick divided it in half again, so I'll still be doing this chapter again next week. But every once in a while, Sacred Text does these episodes that they call Owl Post, and they sit down with someone and talk about different things. So there's an Owl Post episode that I'll listen to next week along with the second half of Swish and Flick. And it's more about the theology of pilgrimages. They discuss the Japanese poet Basho.
I'm not sure.
I think that's how you would say it. Their own Virginia Woolf pilgrimage and Hagrid's journey to the giants. So I will be listening to that as well. I finished reading The Light Brigade by Cameron Hurley. This was a sci-fi fantasy. Yeah. Book. Yeah. Trying to think how to describe it. I don't know. It was good. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, brilliant, but it was good. I read Real Men Knit by Quanah Jackson, and this is a fiction book about 4 guys who were adopted by this single black woman who owned a knitting shop, and they grew up in this shop along with this woman from the neighborhood who ended up working in the shop, and then what happens when the mother dies, and what are they going to do, or what are they going to do with the shop? And there's love story in it and everything, but it was I really enjoyed it. It was a very good one. I finished reading The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. This is about, like, this guy who moves into the neighborhood, and this book club, one member is definitely certain that he's a vampire, and things ensue, and then it jumps to like 3 years later, and all of this. It was definitely out there, but it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I read You'll Miss Me When I'm Gone by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This was written by a woman from Seattle, and it was set in Seattle, which I always love since we're learning more about our new home state. And it is about these 2 18-year-old twin young women, and their mother is dying from a believe it's Huntington's disease. And when they turn 18, they are tested to see if they are going to develop it, and one tests positive and one tests negative. And their journey during their senior year of high school and deciding what they're going to do with their lives, and they're a Jewish family, and so that's also a big part of the story. I really, really enjoyed it. I felt it was very, very well done. It was a very good book. And then I just finished reading last night book number 2 in the Feminine Pursuits series by Olivia Waite, The Care and Feeding of Waspish Widows. This is a female-female romance, adult content, set in... I want to say like late 1800s, maybe. I could be wrong. I'm so bad at like figuring out time periods. Set in London, in an area, a city out, like a town outside of London, and one of the women is a widow and continuing to run the printing press that she and her husband had together. And she meets this woman who takes care of beehives, because there was a in the like storage area of the building that she owns, that is a press, that there was an infestation of bees, and so they call this woman to come get the bees, and things ensue. So I just finished that last night. Okay, watching. I am continuing to watch season 2 of Zoo, which is a sci-fi series about the animals all going crazy, and this one group is going to kill off all the animals, but in doing so they're going to end up killing a lot of humans, and then they're planning to like clone or something the animals and bringing them back. So I'm still watching that. It's very confusing because the actress who plays Micah in Warehouse 13, which we're also watching, is in this series too. And it's confusing to be watching 2 shows with the same actress in both of them. So
yeah, we're finished rewatching season 3 of Warehouse 13, and now we're on to season 4.
Yes, we're getting through it quickly, but there's only like 13 episodes, I think, in a season. This was like there was a lot that happened at the end of season 3 and the beginning of season 4, with the warehouse being destroyed, and then Jinxie dying, and Mrs. Frederick dying, and they figure out a way to like set things back 24 hours, and Artie like saves things, but in doing so he's created some kind of evil, and Brent Spiner is trying to get him to undo his thing, and Jinxie was brought back to life. So, and Catherine Janeway, what's her name? Kate Mulgrew. Isn't it? We like her too.
Watching Cabin Fever, which is a YouTube spinoff of Jonathan Orr's radio comedy series Cabin Pressure. There's only one more left.
Sad. It's been fun though to have this. So,
and we're also watching season 7 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What's gonna happen?
I don't know. We're gonna watch it tonight. I'm like still are we gonna see Fitz at all this season? Who knows? Okay, we're watching season 2 of The Umbrella Academy. I think we have 3 episodes left. They got sent back in time to the 60s, to Dallas, right around the time that JFK is assassinated, and the world's going to end, and they're having to try to save it. So, and then we're watching season 4 of Winona Earp. Listening to my favorite murder podcast this week was a Q&A thing where the people from the fan cult were able to submit questions. So, I think I got completely caught up with Unlocking Us by Brene Brown. Yes, I'm completely caught up with her podcasts, And I'm completely caught up with the Evolving Faith podcast, which I'm really, really enjoying. This week they had Science Mike on, who talked about how his faith was restored because of science. So it was really an interesting one. And random Spotify playlists.
Cabin Pressure, Spotify.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that is everything for this segment. So let us move on to the next one.
And now we're going to talk about our June, July, August.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Along. So this is a craft along that runs through the 1st of June through the 31st of August and is for any project that you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us is related to summer. There are a couple main rules for this owl. The first is that no whips are allowed. Your project must have been begun no earlier than June 1st, then finished no later than August 31st. And the other main rule is that each project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards. And so each project that you post in the Facebook group FO thread counts as I forgot my words. So if your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single comment in the thread.
So you need to take one picture of everything together.
Yes. You need to group it in a single comment
In the FO thread, and that counts as one entry into the giveaways.
Yes.
And if you notice in the FO thread, okay, so if you posted your FOs on Ravelry before we left Ravelry, you don't need to repost them. We will use those to draw for prizes. And then if you notice, as people are posting FOs in the FO thread in the Facebook group, I am numbering them. I'm commenting with a number so that when we draw for prizes, everything's numbered already. We decided that was going to be easier than spreadsheeting it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes. And for stitching and sewing projects, we leave it up to your best judgment on how big it is. You can feel free to polydip and other alongs as long as it fits in with those rules. It's totally fine. We have
it's the first podcast of the month.
No.
Yes.
We're going to talk about our prizes. If you are interested in donating a prize for a future along, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, do you want to go first? Do you want me to?
I'll go first. So
Okay.
first we got the Hildy's Strawberry Patch Cross Stitch Pattern by Bendy Stitchy Designs that was donated by Tyra.
We have 2 skeins of Labribus Light Alpaca in the Dogwood colorway. 2 winners will each win 1 skein.
We have the Clark I'm Flying Cross Stitch Kit that was donated by Lori.
We have the Barocco Local Yarn Store Day 2019 pattern booklet.
We've got Uru Yarn by Knit Crate Silk DK in the Enlightened colorway. 2 winners will each win 1 skein of this.
And we have Moda Day Sassy Stripes DK in the Stormy colorway. We have 2 skeins donated by Trisha. 1 winner's going to win both skeins because they're 50-gram skeins. And those are our prizes. Thank you so much to our donors. We love you guys. Can you make a heart? There you go. Good job.
I just start putting up.
They can't see her.
I know, because I'm cradling her like baby.
Does she want to tell them what's happening tomorrow? Okay, Pinky, you ready? Let's tell them. Meow, meow. I gonna be wying tomorrow, and I gonna war.
Can you roar? Can you roar?
Yeah, I be wying tomorrow.
Can you roar?
Dammy, can you tell them what that means?
She's going to get a lion cut to try and help her because she has a short hair, but she's got very thick fur, and so she's kind of waffling about with the... It's been unusually hot this summer.
It actually has not been as hot as normal.
It feels like it has been.
But she's not handling the heat very well, so we're hoping that this might help. So, gonna be a wying tomorrow.
It's just hair, it'll grow back. And she's only an indoor cat, and so she does not need her fur for outside protection and such.
Yeah.
She's only indoor, and she moves her mouth like this.
She's gonna get pissed at you and do that.
No.
Okay. Keep going, Dammy.
So you must be a member of the GGKCS podcast group on Facebook in order to participate. The There is a hashtag if you'd like to post on social media. It is GGKCS Summertime 20. Our FO thread will be locked for comments on the morning of 1st of September. Then winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that. And any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize or they forfeit it. And there's also a chatter thread on the Facebook group where you guys can chatter about your projects and what you might want to make. And I can't link this anymore. And I will also give shout outs to people who finish projects here on the podcast rather than tagging them every time on the Facebook group. So I only had 2 people this week, Britt and Emily.
Great job. So keep working on those projects. You have about what, like 3-ish weeks to go?
Yeah.
Let's see, let's drop down the calendar here. 1, 2, yeah, about 3.5 weeks to go. And you might be a prize winner. So, all right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, what is this week's question, Tammy?
Will you, Cece, be making any more English paper piecing crafts? You seem to really enjoy your last project. Will Dammy ever give it a go? How about hand embroidery? Much love, Brittany.
I had these aspirations to make a quilt out of my English paper piecing. And then it got set aside for something, Nanny Swimo maybe?
I don't.
And then I didn't pick it back up. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't remember how many big flowers I've completed. I've liked some of the things that Julia from Pandia's Jewels, Nimrus is her username on Instagram. She has done some really cool like pouches out of English paper piecing things. I don't know. It's okay. It's not my favorite. I mean, I would rather be knitting or cross stitching. And then I think, I really got active with cross stitch, and so that was another thing that I didn't pick back up the English paper piecing when I got so into cross stitch. So maybe I'm looking over here because they are literally, our TV is on it's an IKEA table because it's a computer. It's a Mac Mini with a big monitor. And that's like what I edit the podcast and stuff on, but we also use it to watch TV. But underneath it, there are 2 like long but shallow Rubbermaid tubs, and one of them is full of prizes for the podcast, and the other is full of cross stitch fabric and English paper piecing pieces. So, we'll see. I don't know. But hand embroidery, I've tried it. I'm not good at it. Dammy, do you want to talk about English paper piecing and embroidery?
I don't know if I'll ever give English paper piecing a go. Something about hand sewing just makes me so frustrated. I don't know.
Okay, but what about embroidery?
I'm getting there.
Oh, sorry.
But yes, I have an embroidery kit, and I'm going to do it sometime. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, I've tried numerous crafts over the years, and knitting and cross stitch are the ones that I really enjoy the most. I wish I enjoyed sewing because I would love to make clothes for myself, but that's just not my cup of tea. So, okay. Well, thank you so much to Brittany for the question. Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Post it in our Ask the Geeks thread in our Facebook group, or post it in the comments of the YouTube video.
That's right. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. Made it to the end of the show, Dammy.
Yay.
I'm
going to take a nap.
Oh, a nap would be nice.
It would be nice. I have things to do.
Me too.
I have extra credit to do.
We have cold brew in the fridge, don't we?
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm going to need some.
Thank you so much to everyone who supports us.
Yeah, I was
no
trying to think
matter
if we
how
had
we
any
do.
announcements for this week, but I don't think we do. So yes, thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, no matter how it is you support us. But especially thank you. We love you guys to those of you who support us financially. There are 4 ways you can do that. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on the level you donate at. I have a big pink hair on my sock that I'm knitting.
A snack.
Oh, there's another one.
Okay.
I need to do Patreon rewards. Just got the email, everything today. So I need to do that. So, Dammy, if somebody wants to know more about Patreon or wants to sign up, where should they go?
Patreon.com/GGKCS.
What's another way?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
We are Amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you go to our website and in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes, click on the appropriate Amazon link and then do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing what you'd be doing anyway. Our book, movie, and TV links also link back to Amazon to that particular product, book, movie, whatever. But we are also now bookshop.org affiliates. Every week we create a list on Bookshop of all the books we talk about in that week's episode. Bookshop is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our list, we earn a commission, and local independent bookstores also earn money from your purchase. You can go to our shop at bookshop.org/shop/GGKCS. Dammy, why don't you tell them where they can find us online?
You can find us at ggkcs.com. There you can find everywhere else we are online. Our Facebook group, Apple Podcasts, hopefully Google Podcasts soon, Instagram, Twitter, etc. YouTube, that's
Yep.
a one.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, I think we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a great weekend ahead. I'll be back with you on Monday with the Stitch With Me that hopefully I will be able to count and will stitch correctly this time. And then we'll be back with our regular episode on Friday. Until then, we hope you stay safe, stay healthy, wear your masks, wash your hands, stay cool, stay hydrated, and happy crafting. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Pinky, what happened? Oh no! Did Dammy close you in the box? Dammy said they're gonna send you to Timbuktu. Are you trapped? Oh no! Dammy, Pinky is stuck! Do you need some help? There you go. Now you can get out if you want to. Pinky. Who's a pretty baby? Huh, honey?